I'm gonna be honest, I have no idea what that error was about. It was something with, like, the game crashing, I think. I never had that problem when I was playing on my own time, but I'll take the free 1000 lunacy. Hey everybody, welcome back to more Limbus Company. I'm SlayerMathis, and last time we did the 5th Walpurgis Night, a little bit of a ways out from it, but... okay, bygone days. This time, we'll be heading into the... what's it called? Regular checkup, that's what it is. And... I really shouldn't, but I wanna. So the fun thing for this particular playthrough is that... Jesus Christ, I have a lot of thread now. So the expectation was that this was going to end up being a burn season. Hell screen, very fire involved. Everything has been sinking so far. So it's kind of an interesting turn. Of these, we can... see, Otis is like the least sinking of them is the thing. But... well. We'll be able to get that in time. I'll see regular checkup, data collection. And that's right, bygone days is what we have now acquired. We're gonna... oh, I think this... no, we have chain bales. We had chain bales before. Of these, I guess I'll grab you. What do we have for... we should have plenty of XP. Yeah, we have a lot of XP tickets. So let's actually rework our team a little bit. But we are going to be going into Honolulu's Kanto. So I think it makes sense to have High Show up. But we have the High Show already up to 55. So we'll go back to our quote-unquote main team. And for this, to quick go over what Bygone Days, it is a Teth. Does some sinking, which is, of course, very nice for our playstyle, even though Ishmael, Molar Ishmael's pretty good at sinking, but, and the Walpurgis that we missed, also pretty decent at sinking. A lot of Gloom, though. She's very good in terms of Gloom. But we'll grab that. We'll grab... and again, like, we really don't have that much of, because we had missed out on Zhang Office Representative Ishmael, which is pretty good at sinking, as well as Night Owl's Capitano Gregor. Which is a bit of a shame. So I guess I'll still just go on to our sinking squad. We'll get Sound Lament up to 55. I mean, I guess we can keep Load of Hung Yuan. Edgar Family Heir? You know what? Sure. Why not get him up to Type 4? This is actually a, Edgar Gregor, Linton Gregor, is a unit that I've, like, not really used basically at all. I don't know, it's just, well, okay, I got unlucky with pulling him, and then I just haven't gotten around to, like, I have him on my main account, but, in fact, the only IDs I don't have are LCE Lantern Yisong and RBSU Chef Gregor, which is a very bad ID. But anyways, that's kind of neither here nor there. I guess I can... I'll split these out the Don Quixote. Not just any Don Quixote, the Don Quixote. Anyways, let's be regular checkup data collection. We'll go on to here. We'll grab, of course, Wild Hunt. We'll grab Greg. We'll grab Yi Song. Grab Otis. That should be fine. Something like that. Sure. I look from beyond the glass window as the sinners battle furiously inside the large indoor arena. Damned imbeciles! What's the point of everyone rushing at the same enemy that's already staggered and nearly dead? Perhaps I'd attacked that entity first. The blame lies flatly with the others' delayed decisions. Apologies. Yet concern was I that to not dispose swiftly of that foe would... I think it's a great show of teamwork. I had no idea how hopeless the sinners were in battle without my command. Damn it. Why would anyone listen to my orders? All your genius orbs out that lass's head ended up dangling from 1/4 of her neck. It's a necessary sacrifice to gain an edge of battle. Worry thee not, how befitting it is of a hero to perish and blaze the percupation. Don Quixote! Don Quixote fought before the merciless onslaught of enemies. I had so many things I wanted to say to them, most of which were variations of, you're doing it wrong. But I had no choice but to watch as their woefully abysmal decisions continued to bungle the fight. If I tried, this researcher next to me will get my way, claiming they hadn't finished collecting the data. This one's reaction speed to emergencies is exceptionally fast. So, can I help them now? Can you stop pacing and compose yourself? We're almost done here. That should be more than enough data. Take control, manager. A lot I want to say, but let's help the sinners out of the spine first. I do like how we basically have the reference to the god-awful win rate / damage AI in them. Ooh. I love the idea of the Envy Picatula. I get that there are some more than a few issues with it, but I should probably, yeah, go from bottom to top, make sure that we can actually clash everything. God, we have so much gloom. We're just so depressed here. So actually, Roja needs to block you because you'll fast, which means that you are the last one. That's fine. Remis. The Envy Picatula, again, like, the big problem with the Envy Picatula is their tendency to ego spam, but I actually really like getting to fight against our own IDs. It's just like a really cool thing to have. And they usually theme them pretty well in the Picatula fight. So we have, obviously for here, we have the Lead Association. Railroad 4 had... It was, I believe, every unit at the time that used ammo. And then, I think it was residence teams. So we had the... Alright, start from the back. So you had the Kurakumo, who are a Lust residence team. I might have just been all Lust / Bleed. I think the Lamanchaland units were also in that. I believe, at least. But I was not around at the time of the Lamanchaland units dropping. I believe, also, I think this is the point when I first joined the game. Right around here. When this released, I should say. Because I don't know for certain, but I believe alongside this was the banner for Ardor Blossom Star. I believe is the name of the was the name of the ID. Ardor Blossom Star. Fucking hell, what am I trying to say? ABS Faust. Should be fine with that. And I remember that ABS Faust was my first 3-star. I don't remember if I pulled her or if it was just because I used my guaranteed ticket on her. I don't remember the exact situation since it's been about a year. Yeah, just under a year. But Ardor Blossom, Star Faust dropped with this. LCE Ego Lantern dropped with this as well. We'll get to see those characters later on. But I'm not certain if I joined when this event was going on, or if that was later. You are still a ways out, so we're actually going to do something like that. Redirection, it's very nice to do. Yeah, in terms of our sinking meta, we didn't really miss much with the time I had spent away. We did miss out on a sinking unit with Way Branch? Yeah. Way Branch Don Quixote, who is a rupture sinking identity. But we'll make up for that with Index Don Quixote, which we will be getting fairly expediently. One thing that I haven't decided on yet is I will, of course, be getting Ujat Otis, but I don't know if I'm going to remove Butler for that. That one, well. As a special of our executive manager, exceptional development of your strategies reminds me of the earlier years of my career. Thanks. Anything to snack on, guys? I'm starving here after that brawl. I'll maintain an empty stomach for the duration of the tests. Next on the docket is, I would have asked myself for a massage if I knew this was coming. Whose idea was this anyways? Well, if you really want to get into it, we can trace this right back to your vacation request, Gregor. Now, this wouldn't have happened without that, but yeah. Aw, come on, fellas. There's gotta be more to it than that. Sure there was. Not that it would have made any difference. Because, like Ishmael said, this all began with Gregor's particularly egregious stretching. Look, man, if you're a bug guy, you gotta get your arm stretched out. Your fucking disgusting bug arm. I feel bad for Gregor. A regular health checkup. That sound just... No human body could make it sound like that. She's doing some stretches. I can't seem to do without making these noises nowadays. What do you mean you can't? That right there is the creaking sound of time's ravages sink. I know Dante's been turning the clock to rewind our time, but I feel like my joints are starting to grate. I know what you mean. I never don't feel as spry as I used to. Maybe the pain from repeatedly dying and reviving takes a toll after all. Yeah, dying sure is a pain. Someone who flippantly threw out an innocent comment amidst the complaining sinners. Speaking of which, isn't it funny how Don Quixote is totally fighting though she's 100 years old? He's gotta be illness by a lot, right? Hung was impromptu catapulting of such a heavy subject, but the busy air inside the bus to a sudden, stifling halt. I thought we were gonna take some time to actually broach that subject, but, here's boulders right through the whole mess, huh? I nothing made things awkward. I realize everyone's so sensitive about their age. That's, tis not to concern myself with, be not so... Of course, there was also someone who could not care less about the bus's air quality. Oh, escape! Well, designated seat you're planting your ass on. Whack ya. On the other hand, there's this guy without a care in the world. This makes you wonder if he even remembers what just happened. Well, maybe this is your chance to get back at him for treating you harshly. Don Quixote, I'm sure you can sink. I've never seen your eyes sparkle like that before. I am quite fond of the temperament of our company, and this young Heathcliff here suddenly morphs to a villainous scoundrel. I have nary wish to exact violence upon him, and... Right, now that that's over, let's lower shut and keep the chin away to a minimum, yeah? Seems plenty villainously dickish to me. Am I the only one thinking about the time we got the thing? The thing? Well, you know, that thing that we tried a while ago, but didn't get to enjoy due to some unforeseen issues. I actually skipped a line too far, because I didn't realize that Ryoshi would have such a short line. Deathmatch. Not that. Don't you remember? We even played volleyball by that big body of water? The actual clues suggest that he was making requests for vacation. Absolutely, yep. Some good spa or something. Last get massage to loosen up our muscles some. Please. Self expectations for our employers. I recall that young Masao giving me quite an exquisite massage, hath he not? I have an astute knowledge of the major muscle groups and nerve structures of the human body. For many weeks following that massage, my body was deprived of any sensory stimulation. Thus understood it was the philosophy of Masao's physical therapy. The most infallible methodology of convalescence from pain is to remove any and all stimulation, including that of pain. It seems that the time is here. Virgilius. Yes, I know this day will come eventually. The day's here. Why is everyone acting so serious all of a sudden? Roding's observation is correct. While turning the clock does indeed turn the time, a certain degree of exacerbating fatigue cannot be alleviated. This necessitates that we employ a certain measure to verify the status of each sinner. What could it possibly be that needs this much build-up? In other words, it's time for Limbus Company's gulp. Dramatic gulping noise. Regular checkup. Regular checkup? We did get a call from the higher-ups a while ago, requesting that we send sinners for a regular checkup. But it was repeatedly delayed due to several limiting circumstances on our end. They've been obnoxiously hounding us for quite some time. I was starting to get tired of explaining our absence. Checkup? What checkup? Don't be so on edge, Heathcliff. Such proceedings are regular occurrences at most corporations. Never personally experienced it myself, but sounds like they're just checking to see how we're doing health-wise. I turned around, getting ready to say, "Right, Ishmael?" Only to come face to face with Ishmael's shocked expression frozen onto her face. This is unexpected. Thought Ishmael, with her worldly experiences, would leap onto this opportunity to lecture us all about how things worked outside Limbus Company. Regular checkup, so... you're gonna have to explain what it is. Coolio. You got 30 seconds to wrap it up. Ready, set, go. No, not the regular checkup. Miss Ishmael's expression seems to suggest otherwise, Miss Rojo. I did hear some Fixer offices or associations employ varying methodologies when it comes to regular checkups, depending on their characteristics. Locked up, so there's only one left standing. Locked by my colleagues, the only key to escape. What kind of checkup did she have to go through? Ishmael wasn't the only one responding with a pale-faced abject horror at the suggestion. Do you even understand what kind of regular checkup you're getting into? I'm asking if you're prepared to go through a regular checkup, no matter what happens in the process. Prepared to endure through everything that... What's wrong with this bloke now? Mate's looking all pale. I don't understand why everyone's making such a big deal out of us. I don't think it's that bad. I think we used to have annual health checkups back in school, too. What kind of checkups? They put us all in the same room, measuring heights, weights, running some basic fitness tests. Prithee, wherefore doth they seek the measures of such characteristics? Must you really ask? Full knowledge and analysis of each soldier's status is indispensable intelligence for officers to have on hand. What soldiers? I was talking about my school. Well, it's not explaining short about why you need to know that, does it? Well, why do they find it necessary to spray people with those stinging chemicals to see if someone's got lice in their clothes? He must have gone through his share of rough checkups too as a kid, I guess. You'll keep asking questions with most obvious answers. In fact, I've been wondering when they test us. Otis confidently marched up to the front of the other sinners with an assertive grin, as though she'd been waiting for this very moment. The true purpose of this checkup must be to elect a true authority amongst us. The true authority? By your parlance, true authority, could it be that you're questioning whom among us is our leader? But I'm standing right here. I humbly request that you avoid plaguing yourself with this unnecessary misunderstandings about my suggestion, executive manager. Of course, I must preface this with the declaration that that there cannot be an iota of doubt toward the executive manager Dante's authority. Okay. That was not always the topic of great contention among us, that of which is most fit to command this squad of sinners. Isn't it Ishmael? Or maybe Faust? That's what I thought too. The lack of cohesion is precisely why we all failed to face our enemies as a team. Always scrambling, always underprepared, always taken by surprise. You must be ready to drop to the ground, give 500 push-ups whenever your superior commands you to do so. Also maintain the willingness to sacrifice your well-being and life for the sake of glorious victory of your allies. It's all missing. Where's your readiness for self-sacrifice? No one's arguing with you, Elvis. Who are you even talking to? So to summarize, the regular checkup entails putting us all in a small room and making us fight to the last understanding? Silence fell upon us at all new succinct summary. Battle Royale? I've been looking forward to this. Fuck it. I'll give you one hell of a fight. My face be bloody infamous in the back streets. Fine. That's how we're doing this, huh? I'm ready to roll. Guys, this isn't... so where are we off to? The battle... Excuse me. The regular checkup takes place at... The sitters seem to be under some misunderstandings about what the regular checkup entailed, but Faust said, obviously long given up on correcting them. The headquarters. The headquarters you speak of must be the headquarters of Limbus Company. Yes. Finally gonna visit the headquarters, huh? A whole year after they hired us. We should be right on time upon immediate departure. This instant, thou sayest? If my heart is faint prepared, put it on some time to prepare our travel provisions. What's HQ anyway? It's not too far from here. That is a secret. However, I would like to inform you that it exists in a location inaccessible via Mephistopheles. Come on, how are we supposed to get there if you're not going to tell us where it is? Inaccessible via Mephistopheles. You're not suggesting we board the warp train again, are you? Fie, I shan't ever board the warp trains again. Indeed, we will not be boarding a warp train for this journey. So are we taking the back doors or something? Ah, good point. Let's take them doors instead. A sound suggestion. However, in lieu of sufficient information regarding each door, the destination may hold an element of randomness. Or, due to the variable nature of its activation period, the resultant destination may not reflect our intended end coordinates. Or an unexpected closure mid-passage to the frame may behoove us to bid the company a last farewells and embark on an untimely journey of no return. Are you sure this is a sound suggestion? I'll rather take that bloody train instead. At least I want to remember what happened once it's over and done with. Battle Royale. So, further research was necessary to ensure safe transportation to the intended destinations. Further research, Polly made some modifications to the back door. A close assessment. However, it would be more accurate to say that the back door was merely used as a reference. How did you make time for research? Were you doing everything with us the whole time? LCA and Faust established multiple communication with a certain new wing aspirant company during the spare hours between our travels to garner multiple cooperation efforts regarding the stabilization of the back door. New wing? Like take a Corp's vacancy or something? Quite sharp, Gregor, but the direction of your intuition could be improved. Is a company seeking to seize the imminent vacancy of the ever-declining W Corp. W Corp? That's so. Makes sense. Stories of W Corp's decline have been spreading more and more of us of late. Not surprised that some companies would consider this to be an opportunity. Newspapers also feature op-eds regarding possible management crisis at W Corp, many of them discussing the mysterious disappearances as well. I see. They've been furtively planning and preparing to take over W Corp's position as a wing. But despite a wing even before it falls on its own, now that's certainly peculiar. It must have something, a scheme perhaps, in the works. To ally with such ambitious parties is the headquarters looking to start a war with the wings? I, at this moment, am not privy to such details. Miss Otis, we need to make predictions with such rashness. I recall that W Corp has been monitoring troubles both internal and external, having fallen to such desperation as to seek the assistance of our company. It is no wild presumption to predict that it shall crumble ere the advent of such a violent pandemonium. For indeed inefficiency is the bane of technology that brings ruination to those that fail to overcome it. Our research efforts, however, were quite efficient and successful. Its mechanisms are similar to that of the back door, but eliminates the corridor, instead establishing a direct connection from one door to another. A portal, if you will. So resolved all the aforementioned side effects then, huh? Not quite. Some difficulties in the aforementioned cases were observed. Sometimes the accuracy of the target destination coordinates were lacking, or in other cases the activation period would be cut short, causing the doors to shut prematurely and amputate the subject as they were traversing between doors. There has been much progress in the stabilization efforts, however, minimizing pentasection incidents. The most recent incidents have been limited to bisections. Bisection certainly is an improvement over pentasection. They both sound equally awful to me. I would not behold mine own left and right shoes so cruelly sundered, forced me so far apart upon our coming to the headquarters. Well. All settled chatter of unnecessary concerns tells me that your past life may have been too uneventful lately. Looks like the research arrived while you were wasting time. I saw a large and unfamiliar vehicle through the window. Is that the vehicle? It's got no windows, though. How tiresome. Now, off the bus. Again, kind of with the... I've mentioned this before, that there's kind of a trend with the multiple intervalos, that you have like one serious one, one kind of goofy one. We're in the goofy one. But that will do it for this time, and next time, we'll continue on our journey to the vehicle. But until then, see you guys later.